Hey everyone, we're doing a deck profile for Mike, who did very well at the regional this weekend with Red Bardock. Kind of a fun, kind of surprising deck. Another masterful deck from Mr. Michael Friend, who plays all the weird decks in the world. Go ahead, Mike.
Alright, so we played Bardock. It's a really old hyper aggro deck that just recently got support. The leader, on swing, lets you play one of your one-drop Bardock crew from your hand. Alt Awaken is just having 3 red Saiyans in play or your 4 or less life. He only draws 1 on Awaken, doesn't do anything else. Really old. On the Awaken side, he's permanently double strike. On swing on this side, he does get to draw a card. He continues to play your 1 cost. He also has the added effect that all of your 1 cost Bardock crews become a 3 cost in play, so they're kind of more immune to things like Dormant or just weenie spot removal. So onto the main deck. We've got 4 of this 1-drop. On play, he just searches your top 5 for a Bardock's crew 1 cost, puts it in play with its auto skill negated. Doesn't negate its bond skill, so whatever you play, it still has its bond. It can still swing freely. Has the added effect for 2 energy if you've got 3 or more, or if your opponent has 3 or more. You give one of your Bardocks 5k and dual attack for the turn, and you can give it to your leader, so you can pump up your leader really big, have a double dual leader. Really nice, solid card. We have 3 of this 1-drop. Only 3, he's really only getting your first turn or 2. On swing, add a life, gets 11k, becomes a 15k swing. And then if he does a damage and you have 2 or more energy, you get to switch him to active mode and play a Bardock's crew off the top 7 of your deck. Neither him or the card you play can attack that turn, but that's okay. There's an evolve that goes with him. 3 chain attack. He's just bond 3 for the 11 or for the 10k, becomes a 15k, and he's got double strike. Chain attack Bardock. It's another. All of the 1-drops have bond on this deck for some amount of power. They all become 15ks. This one also becomes critical, and on swing he gives a card minus 4,000 for every red Saiyan or Bardock screw you have in play, so you can kind of kill some things. 4 Fascia. Bond goes to 15k. On play, she's a top 5 searcher for a 5 or less Bardock's crew. Then we got 4 Borgos. Bond to 15k. On play, draw a card. And then I played 3 Tora. He bonds into a blocker. And then on play, he picks up a 5 or less Bardock crew from your drop. I didn't realize initially when I put him in the list that you had to play him from your hand, so I ended up siding him out basically every game. So that's it for our 1 costs. We got to the new support, 5 cost Bardock. If your opponent has 2 or more energy, you can play it for 1. He draws a card. He gives all of your Bardock's crew with an originally energy cost of 1 barrier, and he has permanent bond 3. Your leader gains 10k. It happens. The permanent is live on both turns, so if he's around, even on your opponent's turn, your leader is 25k. That's kind of your floodgate. They have to out him first, and they have to out him before they can out any of your additional 1-drops. We have 3 of this Bardock. He unique barrier. He evolves for 1 on top of your 1 cost Bardocks. On play, you get to dump a Bardock screw from the top of your deck to the drop. He searches your top 7. And then on swing, you get to play a 1 cost Bardock crew from your drop and give 2 of your red Saiyans besides himself 5k. So he kind of pumps up your weenies a little bit. You can also give it to your leader, make your leader leader swing a little bit bigger. But whatever you play gets its full effect. So like you can get your draws, your top 5 searchers, and they can all swing. We have 4 Deluge of Power. We swing crazy with 1 cost battle cards. We want to get as much power into them as we can. Deluge is the way we do that. Really helps you get through that first Bardock swing. 4 red, it's super combo, generic red super combo. You kind of want to cycle cards a lot in this deck. For defense, 2 of this. We can't run the testing the ops in this deck. The leader has a permanent that says you can't run extra cards with an original energy cost of 2 or more. This is basically the same thing. 2 of this yellow Bardock. We are a Bardock crew leader, so if we have 2Z energy, he's reduced by 3 yellow pips. So we can use this counter. He is a Bardock's crew card, so he can bond with some of our cards that just say Red Saiyan or a Bardock's crew. 2 Imposing Presence. We're a Red Saiyan leader. It doesn't cost us anything to do once we hit 3. And it's a really big deal when we can be 25 through our opponent's turn with this, or 20 through the opponent's turn with the 1 cost. 2 Flight of the Grand Eagle. we throw up battle cards onto the board lightning fast, so this is just basically a free negate. Giving your leader plus 100 just means the battle's going to end. Overwhelm, I just wanted some more spot removal. The deck just does not have a lot of it. And our secret rare of choice, Apex, we get to play it as soon as R3, which is a really big deal. This deck really suffers in its hand size, so being able to draw back up to 7 is a really big deal. And then the board removal or the board wipe for 0 energy and just a 40k swing is also really important. On to our Z deck. We got 2 Mighty Blasts. We really only slotted in the second Mighty Blast because I didn't have anything else to put in, but it was fine. I played it a couple of times throughout the event. Most of the time you don't want to waste energy on this, but you get floodgated a lot, and it's something to do that's not just wasting your energy. On to more of the new support. We got 3 Gine. She's a 1/1. She unique barrier, bond 3. All of your Bardock or all of your red Saiyan cards with an original energy cost of 1 gain 5k. So suddenly all your 15ks are now 20k swings. And then active battle, if you have 3 or more energy, you can switch her to rest mode. Choose one of your Bardocks with an original energy cost of 5 and give it 10k in double strike. So now suddenly your 20k single strike swings are getting even bigger. They're 30k doubles. You put a deluge, 40k doubles. It's just a lot of really easy pressure. 1 Frieza helps with spot removal. He can get really big really fast. If you just have like 1 swing left, you pitch your hand, all of your 5k suddenly become 10ks, and it's a really big swing. Rush attack. Just another. We can generate Z energy pretty good in this deck. Just because we put a lot of deluges and super combos into our attacks early on to make sure we're getting that early damage through. We're an aggro deck after all, so 2 energy, 2 swings, and a double strike's not too shabby. Defender, being able to burn them from 4 to 3 is a really big deal in some of those really stally matchups. When you're playing against something like Big Action Broly that has a 25k leader and just a bunch of floodgates, or just anything that's trying to stall you out, being able to ping that damage really helps. And then we just got 2 Unisons. Omega, it's really good. It's important against Red Vegeta for if they put out their 6-cost Z card. You don't want the first thing you play each turn to just die immediately. You need that for your Awaken, and you need that for your Bonds. So you can just go into this to kill it right away. And then Jiren, if you get hit with battle card floodgates, this is something you can still spend your energy on for 2 more swings. And he negates an attack, so he's solid. On to the side deck. I had 1 Shu. I wasn't entirely sure what I was going to put Shu in against, that I was worried about that Broly Crown wouldn't already handle. The difference being they have to already spend the energy, and then Shu can punish them for that. But so I had 1 Shu in here. Koitsukai. Koitsukai is great into basically everything right now. It's good into Aaron-Su. It's good into any of the decks that have battle card floodgates. 2 Hidden Ambitions. Stop things, D-Magics for free, Release from Evil for free, Dormants for free, just stopping those negates. 3 Broly Crowns. It's a 1-cost Saiyan, so you can just, play it to get your Bonds live. It's a 1-cost Red Saiyan, so you can play it to get your Bonds. And then if your opponent's leaving 2 open for a battle card floodgate, the Bupo, Topo, Oceanus, anything like that, you can punish them. 1 more Imposing Presence. You gotta be worried about things like TN and Aaron-Su, just other aggro decks. 2 Destructo Disc. This was basically my answer to single barrier cards. When you play into something like Nuova and they just end their turn with just the 4-drop barrier Sin on the board. You just tap 1 for this, everything -10, but then they have to choose 1 thing, ignoring barrier, to give -25. And then Heavenly Wizard Demigra for big early things that have barrier, like in the Great Saiyaman deck, you really want to answer the Gohan as early as possible. Otherwise, you're just losing out on a lot of value from your effects on your 1-costs.
Alright, I know you said you would probably take that 1 drop out, right? Because you didn't realize.
Yeah, I would just immediately cut him from the deck. At least down to 1.
Is there anything else you think you'd change or add or take away?
Honestly, I would probably slot out a lot of the defensive cards into the side, and I would just cut some of the side cards. and then just put more early aggression into the main deck. I felt like that was a big thing. A lot of times I would run into matchups that just weren't nearly as aggressive as me, so on their turn 2, if I was going first, they really just had like 2 swings and I wasn't too worried about it. And then on my turn, I just go crazy again. So me having a bunch of defensive tools into decks that were not aggressive just made them dead cards in my hand. And you can cycle them to the bottom with your super combos, but they really felt unnecessary in the main.
All right, well, congratulations, Mike, and can't wait to see what you whip up next.